Hello beautiful and welcome back to my channel and welcome to this video where we are going to try this one. This is the Geologie Cosmetics first palette. I haven't tried this yet. I got this in the mail yesterday. I've just swatched it a bit. We are going to try it out. We're going to see how it is and we're just going to try a brand new indie brand. First release of a brand new indie brand. I'm super excited, and if you're excited as well, stay tuned. And if you haven't been here before, hello, my name is Angie. I'm a lover of fashion and makeup, especially colorful things and especially indie makeup. I just love discovering and showcasing new brands to you. I mean, the mainstream brand is all fine and dandy, it's all nice, but sometimes it's fun to just dive into the world of indie makeup and just find some new gems. And if you want to see some more makeup content on your timeline, don't forget to subscribe because I upload 5 videos a week. I do have everything on my face already, and I will link the things that I am wearing down below. I'm actually wearing some indie things on my face. I'm wearing some highlighters and blushes from Luxe Cosmetics, and I'm also wearing one of the OPV Beauty lipsticks. This one is in Finesse. So I love indie makeup. I just think it's so much fun. I did get this palette sent to me as PR from the owner of Geologie Cosmetics. She actually contacted me, I want to say, it might have been a year ago. It might have been a year ago because the owner of Geologie Cosmetics is a geologist. She is a geologist and she lives in, if I'm not totally mistaken, she lives in or at least very close to the Pilbara. Am I saying that correctly? I think I might say that correctly. The Pilbara region in Australia. So this is a woman-owned indie brand, and I'm pretty sure that she is the only one running this brand. So this is a one-woman show and this is her first release. She is a geologist, and the reason why she contacted me while she was still in the planning phases of this makeup brand is that I wanted to be a geologist when I was younger. When I was in my 20s, I went to a university for geoscience for about a year, and then I actually changed my mind and I went into the environmental route instead because I didn't want to change universities, because if I wanted to be a geologist I had to move to another city and I didn't want to do that. But my heart beats for geoscience, so I really wanted to be a geologist, and she reached out to me and she was like, I'm in the process of doing this brand, I'm in the process of releasing this palette, can I send it to you once I release it? So this is the Pilbara palette. So this is the first palette, and this palette is inspired by the colors of Pilbara. I will put a picture up here because I did a quick Google search. I was like, oh, let me look at the inspiration. This is the first like picture that my eyes like saw when I saw like the Google search, and you can see clearly where these where these colors are from. I can't wait to see like this brand, like geology inspired makeup. There are so many routes you can take, and just this is a beautiful, this is a neutral palette with a twist. I know that she called this a neutral palette, but it is like you have 3 greens here, and this is actually one of those duochrome iridescent shades. It's like a tealy lime green duochrome topper shade, and then you have this one that is pretty orangey red, and this one that is a very reddish brown as well, and a bronze and a like coral metallic, and this is a duochrome. Well, you'll be able to see it in the swatches because I know it showed in the swatches. It is like a warm base with an olive sheen to it. It's a really pretty neutral palette with a twist. It is gonna retail for 52 Australian dollars, which is just under 40 US dollars. So that's about the price range that we have. And yes, I did get this as PR, but this video is not sponsored. I don't have to make this video unless I want to, but since I am such a big like geoscience nerd, and since I think it's so much fun to be showcasing new fun indie brands, I thought we'd make this video and just try it out. The packaging is stunning. The first thing I thought about when I opened this palette is I can't believe how professional and like great this palette looks. Like the packaging is beautiful, it's like matte with shiny details, everything looks sharp and professional. In the inside of the palette you have a mirror and you have 10 shades in like triangle pans, but everything is so smartly laid out. There are no dead spaces in this palette. Everything just looks so good, and the shape of the palette is also like geology, like rock inspired with this like shape. I have no idea what this is called in English. I tried to explain to my friends and I'm like, I'm drawing a blank. But all in all, I'm just so impressed with how good this palette looks, and it's swatched really pretty as well. You can clearly see the duochromes of the green shadows. I will say the shirt one, the one that is like more of a fiery peachy coral shade, it didn't swatch as good as the other two. I will say the Starry Night, which is that duochrome topper shade, it swatches and feels amazing. That is a high quality duochrome topper shade. Like when you buy shadows for like $20 each, this is the type of quality you get. Like this shadow here, this is great quality. I'm very impressed with how that one looks, so we have to use that one today because it looks absolutely stunning. I will be playing with the green corner today because I'm more into greens. It's more like what I like, but I will say that it is a very nice color scheme overall. All of these shadows will go very good together, and I'm fairly impressed with just how they look. I also saved, because I got it in bubble wrap, but I also got it in this. It's Geologie Cosmetics, and I saved, it's like a sticker and then like silk paper with like the branding on. I'm telling you, for this to just be the first release, everything looks incredibly professional, well made, well thought through. I like all of, I haven't tried it yet, but like first impression, just looking at it, it looks amazing. So let's put it on our eyes and let's see what we think about it. If there's anything you're wondering about, I will leave all the info down below as to like, you can find their webpage, you can find their Instagram, so you can check out the launch dates. If I have the launch date, I will put it down below. I will also link the other things that I have on my face in case you're interested. But let's jump in, because I cannot wait to see how this wears on the eyes, because I'm impressed. Okay, I'm gonna use the two greens here. I think it's called Chalcopyrite and Pilbara Marble. I think that's what it's called. If I'm mispronouncing, I apologize. I did not take geoscience in English, let me tell you that. Wow, that went on really pretty. So yeah, this is the lighter one. I'm just doing a simple, darker in the outer corner, green, semi-smoky eye. I love how I'm calling it easy, but I'm using like 20 words to describe it. But I'm not gonna do like an advanced look. I'm just doing something to test out the quality, and I am wearing the Juvia's Place eye primer, which is an eye primer that works really good for me. I saw someone in the comments that said that it didn't work out for them because they had oily eyelids. I do not have oily eyelids, and I also use very little. This is very creamy, but it sets down and it makes the shadows very easy to blend upon them. So I wouldn't use too much. If you have the Juvia's Place primer, less is definitely more. And also, if you have very oily lids, maybe I would recommend the Sigma primer stick instead, because that one is really nice and not as creamy as this Juvia's Place one. But if you don't have problems with oily eyelids, I would definitely recommend the Juvia's Place one. It works really good for me. That's pretty, and I'm just using that first shade so far. Let me put something under my eyes as well. I did powder under my eyes though, so it's probably not gonna stick as good here as it did on top, but yeah, that still looks very impactful. Very nice, like swampy, olivey green. Okay, I'm taking that darker Pilbara Marble now, and I am gonna deepen up the outer corner a little bit with this one. I don't know how dramatic I want to make it. I always make my looks so dramatic, but let's see what we can get. I'll probably use some of this under my eyes as well. This is not 1,000,000% pigmented. I do prefer something that is slightly more pigmented than this straight off the bat. But if you are more into that buildable formula, maybe this is for you. I just prefer when they're like extremely pigmented straight out of the gate. I think the shade is called Spinifex. That like green reddish duochrome. Wow, that is, oh, that's so pretty. So smooth and so pretty. Okay, so I'm putting that basically on the entire lid. I'm gonna meet up with some of the mattes here in the outer corner. But that is so pretty. I did spray it though, because I always spray my shimmers. But now I'm just layering on some dry on top, and it's just looking very, very pretty. Wow, what a... That looks amazing. Like, you can tell that I don't really know how to describe it, but let me just tell you, that looks absolutely amazing. Wow, what a pretty shade. So yeah, I'm just spraying a spritz so that I can have a foundation. I love having something that is a little bit like damp as a foundation, and then I just layer on and smooth out the shimmers so that I get them to be as opaque and as intense as I want them to be. I'm just using a little bit more of the matte out here and just meeting up so that we get that nice gradient. Okay, I'm gonna use that Starry Night now, and this one, I have such high hopes for this one. Look at that. That is incredible quality. Like I said, this is that indie makeup single shadow quality that you pay $20 for one shadow. This is really, really high quality. It is a lime green to a bit of a teal, and together with this green it looks more on the yellow green side because of how it mixes together with the green, but it is like a greenish gold lime teal thing. Incredible. It's absolutely incredible. I love how that looks, and as you can tell, I love these kind of shadows. I love layering them. Layering iridescent topper shadows on top of other shadows is like, it's my favorite sport after shopping. I love this. Let me put some falsies on, let me finish this up, and we'll have a final chat about this glorious eye look. Feels like I have a cat hair on my nose. I probably do. I probably do. So I have everything on. I really like how this look is looking. I think that everything looks really great. So these are, let me get myself together. These are my final thoughts. Everything looks really wonderful. I think that this formula is really solid. The mattes worked really nice. They were easy to blend, they were buildable. I personally prefer something that is slightly more pigmented, but I know that there's a lot of people out there that prefer something that is not bam pigment straight out of the gate. So if that's you, this could be a really great formula for you, but there's nothing wrong with it. Like, I am able to build it up and this looks really nice. I was able to create some depth with this darker one as well. This one did not swatch. It swatched a little weaker than the other shimmers, the shirt one here, but I don't know how that's going to be, of course, on the eyes. The only problem with these like more triangular shaped pans is that it's not that easy to get your finger in there if you want to use your finger to like create an eye look. I will say though that I did swatch these with my finger, and this just was a little bit weaker than the other three shimmers here. All in all, I think this is a solid palette, and like I said, this one that's called Starry Sky, this is the same kind of formula that you pay like $15-20 per single pan from indie brands when you buy like those iridescent duochrome, multichrome, iridescent shimmer topper shades. Wow, I used a lot of words to describe the formula, but you understand. Someone in the same neighborhood as like Terra Moon, Divina, Cleona, that kind of quality is this shadow right here. So I love that she included that in this palette. I really feel like that brings this palette into something else. Like, you could just pack these two shadows on the lid and then just pack this with your lid in the middle and you would have an easy halo eye. Like, literally have a 5-minute halo eye. So I really, really love the inclusion of that one, and the olive green duochrome is beautiful on the eyes. All in all, I think this is a solid first release. I'm super excited to see what's coming up in the future, and I'm so excited that we have another indie brand to dive into. And if you are Australian, because I do know that I have quite a few Australians watching my channel, are you excited to have another Australian indie brand to look into? And even if you're not Australian, she does ship worldwide. Like I said, I will have everything linked down in the description box. Let me know your thoughts down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you again tomorrow for a new video. Bye!